Alright, welcome to NBA Betting Picks March 9th. I hope you managed to watch yesterday's video and managed to play anything I said because it all cashed. Let's fucking go. We had a 6-game slate yesterday in the NBA. And real quick, I'll go ahead and cover these for you because... Alright. So yesterday, there were 6 games. Here we go. 6 games from yesterday. In this Nets-Hornets game, we had that Nets minus, I think it was 4.5 is what I had them at. Definitely cashed on that. We had the Cavaliers and the Pacers. I had the Cavaliers minus 2.5. It was my one sweater. We had the Suns in the first half. Thank God it was the first half because they did not cover for the game, but they covered that first half, like I said. And then we've got the Grizzlies, won by 21. I had them minus 6.5. They covered. We had the Clippers and the Warriors. Warriors were minus 5.5 and they covered. We've got the Bucks and the Thunder. Bucks were minus 13.5 and they covered. It was all just favorites yesterday. The Magic did cover, but I had the favorite in the first half, which hit for me. On top of that, we had Evan Mobley over on his rebounds of 10.5 at plus 135. That cashed. He had 12. And we had the over in, I believe, this Nets-Hornets game. There was one total I had. I can't remember the total, but it hit. We went 8 of 8 yesterday on our NBA picks. Talk about consistency. We have been over 500 5 days in a row. Just a great time to be tuning in if you have not. And I think that'll do it for yesterday's recap. Only thing that really hurt me. I need to cover this. Okay, hold on. Let me... I picked one college game yesterday. One college game. I had St. Mary's plus 12.5 as the 5th leg of my parlay. $30 parlay was going to get me back $720. St. Mary's was up like 12. No, St. Mary's wasn't up. St. Mary's was down 3 or 4 with 7 to go. And I'm like, all right, perfect. This game's going to stay close, and it'll be good. Well, it gets down to the point where the fucking St. Mary's Gales have the ball down 12 with like 33 seconds, and I'm just like, oh my God, okay, I'm good. Even if you miss, you're down 12, you're not going to foul. They miss. Gonzaga gets the rebound. They're trying to trap him in the backcourt, but not foul. And I'm like, okay, good. I'm still okay. They advance the ball past half court. The dude's just standing there. I'm like, cool. I'm golden. I got my bet. The fucking Gales come running over and double team him, and they call a foul. And I'm livid. I'm screaming. I'm going absolutely insane. I'm just frustrated beyond belief at that point. And oh my God. They miss the first free throw and give me hope. But then they make that second free throw. I'm down half a point with the ball. And literally my friend from high school, Tommy Kuzi, has the ball in his hands, taking it up the court. All I need is a bucket, and I win my bet. This dude heaves it from fucking 6 to 7 feet behind the 3-point line, air ball. Killed me. Absolutely killed me. But yeah. Like I said, perfect in NBA. We're hoping to keep that continuing today. The first game today is going to be the Celtics and the Hornets. We're going to come down and see it's just Aaron Nesmith on the injury report for the Celtics. For the Hornets, they are still without Gordon Hayward, and they are also missing James Bouknight. He was out Tuesday against the Nets, so he could be back today. Hayward should still be out. Taking the Celtics tonight minus the 7.5, and taking the under 225.5. All these totals today, the only one I'm super confident in is, where is it? Okay, there's two. That Knicks Mavericks, I like the under. And that Wizards Clippers, I like the under. Everything else is just kind of a lean for totals, so focus on spreads tonight. But yeah, that Celtics Hornets game, we're taking the Celtics to start our night. Bulls Pistons, we are going to go find the Bulls real quick. They are without Williams, Caruso, Ball. Vucevic is questionable Wednesday. I don't think it matters, but we'll go look at the Pistons as well just to guarantee that this should be a win here. There's the Pelican. Wait. No, Pistons. I need the Pistons. Is Detroit near the top? Detroit's near the top. Oh. No? There. Okay. So Killian Hayes day-to-day, Isaiah Stewart out, and Frank Jackson out. Frank Jackson definitely out. Stewart definitely out. Hayes is questionable. Right adductor contusion. Alright. So yeah, go ahead and take the Bulls tonight, minus the 5.5. They get it done against these bad teams. They've been managing to beat and cover the spread against bad teams all year. And their games have trended to the over all year. So that is what my thought process is for this game. Moving on, we have got the Heat and the Suns, and the Suns just keep taking more and more money. I saw this at minus 5.5 earlier, and that minus 5.5 was minus 110. I saw that drop to minus 105. Then I saw it become minus 4.5 at minus 110. Now it's minus 4.5 at 105. People are betting the Suns team, and I need to check and see if Booker is back. That is the only reason I can see people wanting to bet the Suns team here. So we'll go down to Phoenix, LMNOP. Booker is expected to be available for Wednesday's matchup with the Heat. So if Booker is expected to play tonight, that is a big deal. But Cameron Johnson's still day-to-day, and there's no news on him. Kaminsky underwent, yeah, no Kaminsky, no Saric, no Paul. If we're missing Cameron Johnson, and I say we, I'm not a Suns fan, but I live in Arizona. The Suns are missing Cameron Johnson, and if Booker doesn't play, lock the Heat. But if Booker plays, I'm still taking the Heat, and I'm just probably going to have to expect that it's going to be a sweat. If I had to pick a total here, I would lean under, but you know what? Yeah, I'll go ahead and just put it on there. I lean under on this game. For the Hawks and the Bucks, we have got, go up to Atlanta. Just Kevin Huerter is day-to-day. He went through the full shoot-around this morning. And the Bucks, Milwaukee, Hijklm, Milwaukee. So George Hill is missing, Milwaukee Bucks are missing George Hill. Grayson Allen is day-to-day. Brook Lopez begin contact in 5-on-5 scrimmaging, so he might be back soon, but not today. Yeah, a couple more names on this injury report for the Bucks. I was already leaning Hawks. I'm liking the Hawks tonight. As far as the total, added the maximum number of slips or bets to my slip. Okay. So yeah, lean over on this Hawks-Bucks game, but I can only have 20 picks in my slip. We're going to move on to the Lakers at the Rockets. Tonight, I told you all year, I told you in my last couple videos where the Lakers have played. Literally, my only note for the Lakers is fade the Lakers, but with the Rockets being one of the worst teams in the league, the Lakers really need to get it done here, so I'm going to expect them to get it done. Christian Wood didn't participate in this morning's shoot-around. Garrison Matthews participated in the shooting round. Said he's good to go, so Garrison Matthews will probably play. Schroeder is questionable. With Schroeder being questionable, that's a big big minus for that team. And then we've got, just the Lakers to look at. Hijkl. So Lakers will be right here. LeBron is questionable tonight. Malik Monk is probable. THT is probable. All right, so the fact that LeBron is questionable, very, very scary, but honestly, I just think he's going to play in a game like this where his team needs a win and they're fighting to stay in that play, and I expect him to play and I expect him to get it done. I will take the Lakers tonight as much as I hate doing so, and we will lean with the over in this game. Both teams don't play very much defense. Moving on to Oklahoma City at the Timberwolves, we have got Minnesota minus the 14.5 and over 231.5. It was Minnesota, HIJKLM, so M. Russell is day-to-day, questionable hamstring. Vanderbilt is questionable. Prince is questionable. Beverly is questionable. Ant-Man's is questionable. Okay, so there's a lot on this injury report. The other team is the Thunder, right? Yes, Thunder. So LMNO. Thunder. We're missing Muscala, Jerome, Dort, Kenrick Williams, Derek Favors, Josh Giddey. Okay. I'm concerned with this pick now. The Timberwolves have too many guys questionable for me. I would need to see this injury report once it's updated, so double check on this game later once the injury report is officially out. For now, I am leaning Timberwolves, but could easily switch up to the Thunder if a couple of those guys don't play. D'Angelo Russell being the big one, Patrick Beverly being the smaller one, but both of those matter in my opinion. We've got the Orlando Magic taking on the New Orleans Pelicans tonight. I'm going to find Orlando real quick. LMNO, there's Orlando. So no Markelle Fultz. Jalen Suggs is day-to-day. Jonathan Isaac still out. Bol still out. So a couple more names on that injury report than there were the other day. Going to go ahead and find New Orleans, which should be right above it. Yep, Brandon Ingram. Day-to-day, Zion Williamson out, Larry Nance Jr. out, Kyrie Lewis Jr. out. Not much else to say other than this Pelicans team has been playing great, scoring the ball like crazy. This Magic team doesn't play a lot of defense. I don't know how they'll score, but I still do see this game trending over. Take the over 222.5 if you want to play a total. That's just the way I lean. If you really have a good feeling about the under, take your feeling on this one. Like I said, it's just a lean for me, but I do lean over. The Pelicans minus the 8.5, that one I do say for sure is going to stay the same. We've got the Knicks at the Mavericks. The Knicks are one of the worst teams in the league. We've got Mitchell Robinson, didn't participate in the morning shoot-around because of illness. He probably won't end up playing. We've got Toppin, Noel, Reddish, Rose, Grimes, and Kemba, and Samanik all out. We're going to go ahead and say that... yeah, Toppin has been ruled out, Noel ruled out, Reddish ruled out. I think that's going to play a bigger factor than a lot of people were thinking. I'd go ahead and lock the Maverick. Actually, look at their injury report first before I do any lock. We've got Brunson upgraded to probable, and then I don't give two shits about Frank the Tank, Theo Pinson. Marquise Chris maybe means something, and Tim Hardaway Jr. definitely means something, but he's been out for a while. We've known that this team has gotten used to the fact of playing without him. Marquise Chris has been ruled out. I mean, cool. He's not a great shooter. Dallas is going to enjoy having the extra shooters around Luka tonight. Let's just go ahead and take the Mavericks minus the 8.5. And I do lean under. Mavericks are one of the better defensive teams. They've been top 10 since All-Star break in offense and defense. Give me the Mavericks. Moving on to the Toronto Raptors and San Antonio Spurs. We have got the Toronto Raptors missing... Alright, Fred VanVleet is listed as questionable for the game in San Antonio. Malachi Flynn. Okay, so seeing VanVleet on this injury report is very scary. It's the Spurs. San Antonio is right above it. Okay, so here's the first game where I might change my pick. Give me the Spurs at home plus the 2.5. You've got a team with the coach and Greg Popovich who ends up keeping ends up pulling out close games quite often. And this Toronto team is without Fred VanVleet, if that is the case. He's listed as questionable, so really double check before the game. I'm going to go ahead and say I lean with the Spurs on this one. And I'm going to go ahead and adjust this in my parlay right now. So give me 1 second. You know what? I'll finish first. If the line moves in the time that I'm doing this, the line moves. Okay, yeah, because especially I can't use my thumbprint to log in. So I think we go Spurs tonight. If you had to take a total, I would lean over. If Fred VanVleet ends up playing, I would say take... Oh my god. Okay, Fred VanVleet plays, take the Raptors. No VanVleet, take the Spurs. Really just got to look out for Fred VanVleet tonight. And honestly, the Raptors are a good defensive team. Spurs are a good offensive team. I don't really want to give you a side on this total. I can't lean one way or the other, so I don't touch the total there at all. Nuggets Kings, I'm going to go ahead and take my Denver Nuggets minus the 4.5. They have been really, really good coming out of the All-Star break. They have played really well against decent teams. They beat the Pelicans the other night, who were a good team. They beat the Warriors with a short-handed roster. Where's Denver? Here we go. So Zeke Naji out. Well, probable, it says. Bones Highland, probable. Will Barton, questionable. Michael Porter Jr. Should be sent to the G League's Grand Rapids Gold to scrimmage later this week. That'll be huge. Murray will be ready to make his debut prior to the start of the playoffs. Also huge. Definitely be willing to look at some NBA futures for the Nuggets winning the championship. If they get their guy... What the fuck? It just moved in front of me! God damn it. I was literally looking at the injury report, and it went from 4.5 to 5.5. God damn it. That moved substantially. That moved fast, too. God damn. Alright, still taking the Nuggets minus the 5.5. I'm taking them all the way up to 6.5. This is the last part, the last possible place where I see myself being comfortable and trying not to sweat. If it gets to 6.5, I have a feeling I'm going to end up sweating it out at the end of this game. Real quick, look at the Kings injury report. Sacramento has just been... I don't know how to describe Sacramento, but they are without Richaun Holmes. Lamb is questionable. Maurice Harkless is questionable. Terrence Davis is out. This Kings team is just still figuring things out, trying to mesh. The net, what the fuck? Are you kidding me? Dude, the total just moved even further. People are hammering the Nuggets. Who's out for the Kings? Who is out for the Kings? What news just came out? You gotta be kidding me. There is no way that I just watched that swing 2 points within 2 minutes. That might be the most line movement I've ever seen. Alright, I'm taking the Nuggets minus the 6.5, and I'm probably sweating it out at the end of this game. Oh my god, the books really just tortured me. The books really just fucking tortured me. That was one of my better bets on the night, too. Oh my god, okay. Don't have a feeling on the total. Moving on, we have got the Blazers at the Jazz. We're going to take the Blazers plus the 17.5. Anthony Simons is questionable. He was out the other day, and that was the big reason they were doing terrible. Yeah, questionable. Winslow ruled out. Bledsoe will not play in Monday's game against Minnesota. Lillard, okay, too many names on this list, but goddamn, you give me the Jazz in a double-digit spread that's almost fucking 20 points? Fade the Jazz on double-digit spreads. They do not cover double-digit spreads. I'm pretty sure they're 3-8 on the year for covering those double-digit spreads. It's something around that line. It is something around that line. And it is the Jazz. Why can't I find Utah? LMNOPQRSTUV. Okay, so STU. Does Utah... Okay, Utah's probably clean. Utah probably has no one on the injury report. Yeah, Utah has no one on the injury report. This should be a blowout spot. Jazz should win this game by fucking 30. The problem is they're not going to. They never do. The Jazz let you down time and time again with these double-digit spreads. So take the Blazers. Probably going to be some scoring in this game, especially if Simons plays. Take the over. And then last game of the night, we've got the Wizards and the Clippers. Clippers are minus 3.5. Taking the Clippers here. We'll go ahead and go through the injury report very, very quickly. Other way, Lakers, so Clippers. Robert Covington day-to-day. George still out. Powell still out. Scrub still out. Leonard still out. Preston still out. I really just expect this to be a bounce-back spot. This team just got beat by the Warriors, who really haven't had their mojo going recently. And the Wizards are just the Wizards. Plain and simple. I mean, who is betting on the Wizards right now? And if you tell me anyone's betting on the Wizards in the last week or so, I'm just curious as to why. There really is nothing attractive about betting this team right now. You want to really talk about Spencer Dinwiddie and Davis Bertans being bright spots? Yeah, I don't. No, not attractive. Wait. Does that mean... Hold on. Kristaps Porzingis is on this Wizards team, and he is not on this injury report. Kristaps Porzingis. Okay. Kristaps Porzingis had his debut 2 days ago and put up 25 points. I somehow didn't even realize he played. Let me go back and look at that game. That is literally the only thing I can do right now to try and understand this game a little bit better. This Wizards team with fucking Porzingis is a little bit better. Why is it on... Okay, go back to Monday. Wizards. Was it yesterday? It was not yesterday. So they have had 2 days of rest. They have had 3 days of... Oh, no, there it is. They played the... Oh, it's the Pacers, bro. Okay, so you beat a team in the Pacers, who's not very good anyway, but their team is distributing the ball very well. Halliburton, Hield, and Brogdon are just dishing the ball out consistently. Honestly, have just looked insane, the three of them, and the chemistry that they've developed. Yeah, real quick. Porzingis, 7 of 12 from the floor, 25 points with 5 boards, no assists. Okay. Keeping my Clippers pick here. Real quick, I just want to go up. Yeah, minus 6.5. I am fucking in disbelief that I saw that move the 2 points to the exact spot where I said it would make me sweat. So still give me the Nuggets. Definitely just worried about it. I have a feeling I'll be worried about it, is the way I should put it. Miami. Okay, so here we go. For our betting slip today, we have got the Boston Celtics minus 7.5. The Chicago Bulls minus 5.5. Well, here, let me just go back through on this. I don't even need to show you the bet slip. So we've got the Celtics minus the 7.5 and to the under of 225.5. We have got the Bulls minus 5.5 to the over of 227.5. We have got the Miami Heat minus 4.5, which just keeps trickling down. I lean under in this game. We have got the Atlanta Hawks plus the 4.5, where I also lean over. We've got the Lakers minus 5.5, where I lean over. We have got the Minnesota Timberwolves minus the 14.5, where I lean over. We have the Orlando Magic heading to New Orleans to take on the Pelicans, where I have the Pelicans minus 8.5. And I believe I said the over here. We've got the New York Knicks heading to Dallas to take on the Mavericks, where I've got the Mavericks as an 8.5 point favorite to the under of 216.5. The Raptors at the Spurs. I'll take the Spurs plus 2.5 to the over of 220. No, I said don't touch this fucking total. But if Anthony Simons plays, I lean over. That's what it was. No, Simons is on the Blazers. What am I talking about? Van Vliet. If Van Vliet plays, I expect this game to be over. Honestly, I expect this game to be over. Just even thinking about it in my head, the Raptors have been not as good of a defense as they were to start the year. Spurs have been a great offense all year. Bad defense all year. Yeah, lean over in this game. Lean over. Give me the Spurs plus the 2.5 if there's no Van Vliet. Give me the Raptors if there is Van Vliet, who is questionable. So double check that. One game you really need to keep your eye on. Maybe don't even bet it until it gets closer to live. Looking at the Nuggets and the Kings, we've got the Nuggets minus the 6.5, and I probably lean under in this game. As tough it is to take the under here. Because Denver has played awesome. I just don't think their pace is set to go over 238.5. So yeah, I lean under here. We've got the Blazers plus the 17.5. Doesn't matter if Simons plays or not. Doesn't matter if their fucking G League starters come out and play this game. The Jazz will not cover a double-digit spread. And then we take the over because we just feel like there's not going to be very much defense in this game. And then moving on to the last game of the night, we have the Wizards at the Clippers, where the Clippers are a 3.5-point home favorite, going against the Wizards, who have Porzingis for his second game as a Wizard. And I will take the under in this game as well. Nothing substantial, no crazy scores on either side. I just don't see either team having a guy that goes out and drops 30 tonight, which definitely sounds like a recipe for the under. All right. Real quick, we will go ahead and take a look at the futures again. I just want to check and see what Rookie of the Year is, because Evan Mobley should have this locked up with Jarrett Allen being hurt. At 500, this was minus 650 a while ago. No Jarrett Allen, I think, only helps his case. If you're willing to lay some juice here, definitely take Mobley. I would not be betting on any of these other guys to win it. Giddey is injured. Cunningham is playing okay. Barnes has played good, but the Raptors have started to go quiet. Mobley seems like the clear head and shoulders winner of this award. Defensive Player of the Year. As much as I want to bet Bam just simply as a fan, Rudy Gobert probably has it locked up just simply because when he was out, their defense did so bad, and then he came back and their defense got better. So, Rudy Gobert probably wins that award. Looking at regular season MVP, we still have Joker sitting at plus 180 and Joel Embiid at minus 130. You find me any statistical category other than points to show me Joel Embiid is the better center, and we can talk. Jokic is leading pretty much every category over Embiid besides points. So, the fact that this isn't closer, especially with the Nuggets only being a game and a half or one game behind the Sixers, you have no argument for Embiid. He has James Harden now, and his team is still, kind of iffy. I mean, not iffy. They played great, but their record is still where the Nuggets' record is, and why is that not talked about? You know what I mean? So, definitely keep your eye on Jokic for MVP, and we will go ahead and take a look at the Nuggets tournament winner, which is plus 3,000 currently. You get Jamal Murray back, who's supposed to be back before the start of the playoffs, and you get Michael Porter Jr. back, who's supposed to start in the G League this year. This team has better chances than the Grizzlies, the Jazz. I don't want to say they're better chances than the Celtics. They have just as good a chance as the Celtics. And the Celtics right now are one of the hottest teams in basketball. So that is no knock on them by any means. Clear favorites are the Warriors and the Suns. Why? Why are the Warriors still the favorites as the tournament winner? Why? They should be below the Bucks. They should be around the Nets. They should be around the Heat. They should be around the Sixers. They should be like plus 650, plus 750, somewhere in that range. They should not still be at plus 450. This is a team where you're depending on Draymond Green to come back and get into form before the playoffs. You can't have him just come back. He has to come back and get into form. This Warriors team has not played with Draymond Green, Klay Thompson, Steph Curry, James Wiseman on the floor together yet. And Andrew Wiggins. You throw him in too. That's 5 guys that need to play together, which is supposed to be your starting rotation, that have yet to play together. You cannot be the favorite to win this tournament. No way. Moving on to the Suns, you're missing Paul and Booker. I understand you're keeping afloat and winning some of these games, but until you see Chris Paul come back in form, this Suns team needs to be below the Bucks. I don't even know that. I can't say below the Bucks. They need to just not be in the front two. The Suns do not deserve to be in the front two. Chris Paul could easily have a setback, and if Chris Paul has a setback, this doesn't mean shit. The Bucks plus 600. Here we go. We're into the East now, where the Bucks, Nets, and Sixers, I say, all have about even chances. I like that, but I'd put the Heat a little bit closer as well. Now, the biggest disrespect I see on this entire chart is the Bulls. If the Bulls get back Lonzo and Caruso before the playoffs and have a chance to have them get back into shape, this Bulls team might surprise some of these top-rated teams that they've been losing to without those guys. You get that better defensive backcourt, and this team will be a lot better. So definitely, just strictly on value that you're getting right now, Nuggets and Bulls are your best two. The Celtics, you could argue, is also a lot of value, simply due to the fact that they've stepped up and been the best team since the All-Star break, pretty much. Do not bet the Jazz. Crumble in the playoffs every year. Yeah, Donovan Mitchell put up 50. Are you hoping he does that again? Do you really think he can do that again? Because I don't. I like the Grizzlies better than the Jazz. You've got Ja Morant playing at a way better level than Donovan Mitchell, and you have got the team around Morant that just is a better team than the Jazz. So, okay, value, we've got Grizzlies, Nuggets, Bulls. Those are your 3 value picks. Celtics as well. Honestly, you could just bet against the field here and be fine. Take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 teams. Alright, with that said, that means you would have to get rid of the Bucks, Sixers, Nets, and now I'm talking, I don't know. These top 5 teams, it's hard to say one of them won't win it. You've got the 2 supposed best teams in the West, and you've got the 3 supposed best teams in the East. How likely is it that a 4 seed comes out of the East? That's the question here. This is the year where it's the highest possibility in my eyes. With the West, it takes a drop off once you hit the play-in. So the Nuggets being higher odds than the Mavericks, I love. Lakers being this high is ridiculous. Do you really just expect LeBron to put up 56 every night in the playoff series? He wins 1 game and they're still this high to win the chip? What are their odds to even make the playoffs? I actually don't think I can bet that anymore. But Tyler Hero is that big of a favorite? Oh my god. I mean, it makes sense, but oh my god, I didn't know. Garland should be a little closer, but that's just me knowing that Morant was this good. Some people didn't know that, and that's why they're saying he's the most improved player. We can go down to division winners, and we have got the Nuggets are plus 600 to win the division. How many games back are they, though? I understand this is going to be a longer video today, but it was a 12-game slate, and I am trying to catch up for you. Plus, I'm just living off a high of hitting every game yesterday. Slide over to the Western Conference, and we have they're only a game and a half behind the Jazz. Why? Why? Nuggets to win the division, please. Oh my god, did I just find gold? Who do the Jazz play the rest of the year? I'm looking at the schedule, so give me 1 second. Standings, Western, Utah. Schedule. So, the Utah Jazz will be playing Portland, San Antonio, Sacramento. 3 easy games, but then they got Milwaukee, Chicago, the Clippers, 3 tough games. Then you get back to New York Knicks, easy game. Brooklyn, tough game. Boston, tough game. Charlotte, not an easy one. Dallas, tough game. Clippers, tough game. And the Lakers, I mean, hey, the Lakers already beat the Jazz once this year. Then you've got Golden State, Memphis, then you get Oklahoma City, then you get Phoenix, and then you get Portland. So, that's tough. Not a cakewalk of a schedule. Not a terrible schedule either, but not a cakewalk. You go over to Denver, you get Sacramento tonight. Team you should beat. Golden State, team that'll be tough play. But we've beaten, so far, every matchup this year. Could be 2-0, could be 3-0 against Toronto. Going against Philly, that's a tough game, but then we get Washington and Cleveland. Washington's easy, Cleveland's not. But Cleveland's without Jared Allen, so you're going to tell me the rookie Evan Mobley's going to be tasked with guarding Jokic? Yeah, Jokic dominates that. Then you get Boston, which should be a tough game. You get the Clippers, which should be a tough game. You get the Suns, which should be a tough game. But then you get the Thunder, the Hornets, the Pacers, the T-Wolves, the Lakers, the Spurs, then the Grizzlies, and then the Lakers again. So yes, if you're telling me, oh my god, I found a bet that I love. Okay, other thing I need to do right now is change my parlay. So I'm going to edit bets real quick and let you know what I am adjusting real here. Okay. I can cash out for 370. Alright, the only thing that's different for me now is if I want to change this. I keep the same wager, but then I have to fucking change my Nuggets play. And I'd rather not. In my parlay, I'm sweating it out. And that Raptors game is the tough one anyway. Oh, geez, this is going to be fun, eh? So it's Celtics minus 7.5, Bulls minus 5.5. Both of those are the same. Hawks. Where are the Hawks? Where are the Hawks? You're not showing me the... Oh, they're the Hawks. Hawks plus the 4.5. Miami Heat minus the 5.5. So that's where I'm missing a little bit as well. Lakers minus 5.5. Wherever they are. There they are. Pelicans minus 8.5. Over in the Thunder T-Wolves. Raptors over the Spurs. Mavericks over the Knicks. Blazers over the Jazz. Nuggets over the Kings. And Clippers over the Wizards. Wow. Oh my god. Alright. My biggest thing for me, personally, I'm going to do what I said. If Van Vliet plays, I will keep the Raptors in my big parlay. If the Van Vliet doesn't play, Spurs are going to get that spot in my parlay, and I will have to edit it. Alright. With that said, I'm going to go ahead and leave you guys here. Thank you for tuning in today. I hope you start playing everything I say, because everything I said yesterday cashed. And the 5 days that I have done this now, it has been 500 or better every day. I am giving you guys profit. I am consistently getting you winning picks. Start playing them. Please, if you have not yet, start playing them. Alright.